and saw Georgia #1.
You don't want to know my real reaction. Yeah, I mean, good for the program, I guess, and good for the university, the publicity it gets. But for us, at the end of the day, it's, man, you still got a lot of work to do. You want to host. You want to try to put yourself in position to host, and then put yourself in position to be a national seed, and all of those things. And unfortunately, being ranked #1 doesn't do that for you. I mean, it just lets people look at you and, now, hey, if this is 2 weeks from now, yeah, we're really fired up, because then you're gonna achieve all those goals, right? But yeah, I guess it's more, hey, program's moving in the right direction, kind of thing.
What kind of position do you think you are to get a top 8 seed?
Yeah, you can look at all this stuff. It's still, my view on that has always been leave no doubt, right? Get in there. We got 6 ball games left. You go 0-6, you're not doing anything, right? I mean, you win a couple. Last year we had 17 wins in the league, and it was enough to be a national seed. I don't know this year. I mean, there's so many guys. You look at everybody's jumbled right there in our league, and you go look at RPIs and everything in the top. I haven't looked in a while. 6 or 7 teams are all from our league. So does that mean that they're going to give 7 national? I don't. Yeah, I mean, there's so many other factors that come in. So I think you go find a way to. I don't know. I don't know the answer, because I don't know what everybody else is going to do. So it's kind of like I've told our guys, look, just go play our games and win our games, and however the chips fall, they fall.
So you still can't go these last 2 weekends just trying to count wins.
No, you better go. You better go win. Yeah, 15 has never not got in the tournament.
Right. As far as national seed, though.
Yeah. So that side of it, but you guys know this. Teams who have success or make, the majority of teams that make runs to Omaha or do it on their home field for at least half of the deal, right? Yeah, Florida last year was on the road and did. I mean, yeah, there's always going to be that team, but the majority of teams who, the 8 teams who get there, they either hosted a regional or hosted both. And because the majority of teams are built for their ballpark.
What is Ryland able to do right now?
He got back to some activities with the bat yesterday. See how he is today.
Can he throw it all, or?
Oh no, we're not even tackling throwing.
Okay,
I'm not even tackling throwing right now. Don't get me wrong, he's got a really good arm and a really good glove, but there used to be an old saying, you can shake a tree and gloves and arms will fall out, but bats never do, and so we need the bat to fall back out of the tree.
Yeah. You don't think at all about making sure he's there for the postseason?
Oh yeah. No, defensively?
No, just in terms of, I don't know if you want to bring it back too quickly and have something happen.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I mean, we're just following the natural doctor's progression of where he's at. We're not this wasn't early. So it's kind of, and that's where it's like, all right, how is he? Well, I don't know. Yeah, I hadn't seen him yet today. Did he wake up sore? I think today's off, and then tomorrow, it's like there's this progression that we're going to follow.
I wanted to ask you about a phrase, respecting the game. I feel like I've heard you use that a lot the last couple of weeks. Is that something that you've been bringing on more this year, or has that been something you've used throughout your career?
Yeah, no, throughout my career, but I mean, I think each team has it a little different. Last year, I didn't have to talk about it as much because I felt like, we were the underdog a lot. So I never really had to worry about our guys getting up or playing at a high level, just because it was easy. Hey, you're not picked to win this series, go do it, right? You typically have to use that sometimes when the target is bigger on your back and you are out there and people are trying to beat you. You want to make sure your guys just come in and respect the game and play it hard no matter who you're playing, because I think in my career, it's you're not respecting the game. You think you're just going to show them win. You get beat in the midweek when you shouldn't get beat.
Right.
You don't take care of business when you need to take care of business on the weekend. And I brought it up a lot to this team this year because for whatever reason, we've been ranked and whatever. And so you guys know this. I mean, football has to deal with it a lot every week. I'm not putting us on football's level, don't misunderstand that, but I'm just saying, like, I think Kirby does a phenomenal job of getting his players ready to play every week, no matter who they're playing. And the target's not going to get much bigger than what he has.
Right.
So for us, it's on a smaller scale because we play a lot more games, but it's similar, to kind of put it in perspective.
Right. So practically, what does that look like respecting the game the next 6 weeks, or sorry, next 2 weeks?
Hopefully I don't have to talk a lot about it.
Mm-hmm.
We got really good opponents. We'll probably go into Bama and, I mean, come on, think about it. The two teams we're playing our last two series are fighting for something, right? Getting to 15 wins, getting in the tournament, potentially host. Everybody's got a lot on the line. So, boy, I tell you, as we do too, right? I mean, we've got goals too. And, you talk to some of the old coaches who have done this a long time, and when you really, and I'm not going to name names, and you really get them into a corner, is it about winning your conference and your all these other accolades, or is it about being home, meaning you're a national seed and you're at home for those potential games? They're going to put national seed as their number one goal, not winning the conference, not. Don't get me wrong, you try to win the conference, but I think you understand, like, everybody's got these goals, and so hopefully I don't have to talk about respecting the game. Hopefully we'll just come out and play good. That'd be cool.
Starting pitching seems to have turned it around recently. What do you attribute that to?
A lot of hard work, just guys getting back to doing some things they should have been doing. Brian Curley, guys, Curley's not been a starter, and so throwing him out there and just thinking, yeah, he's got great stuff, and he's used to going through a lineup 1.5 times. Now we're pushing him through a lineup 3 times, and that's not as easy as it sounds. Like, people have plans, they drive nice cars too, as the old saying is. And so they're preparing for him too, and understanding he's got a good cutter and so him learning how to maneuver through those lineups that second, third time have helped. And I think part of it is, let's not forget Colton Smith didn't throw all fall, had flu and had all these setbacks earlier in the year. I think you're just seeing him get back to where he probably should have started the season. That's where it was kind of like I've told some people, like, I think where he's at right now is where he went through a fall and everything else is where you would have seen him opening weekend. And then, Leighton, we did so much with Leighton in the offseason on his slider, which has been a really good pitch for him. Once again, these guys aren't robots. Getting comfortable and getting confidence with all your pitches is big, and I think that's what you're seeing with him now. Like, he's got true confidence in what he's doing with the baseball.
And as a result, it's letting other guys kind of fall into roles a little bit for you now as far as the back end of your bullpen goes. Zach Harrison, what he did the last 2 games was huge, but Alton getting guys really, I guess, a little more comfortable maybe. How much does that help them right now?
Oh yeah, it takes a ton of pressure off of, not only that particular player, but your starters and then, us in there as we make moves and we're looking at our grids and going, okay, yeah, man, right here it's screaming, put Alton Davis in the game. And we've already talked to Alton about, hey, Alton, you're coming in to get this guy, and here's what you need to do. And Zach Harris, you just need to come in and do what you do, throw the ball hard and mix with 3 pitches. And the guy who's got good league numbers is JT Quinn. I mean, let's not, you look, JT's numbers in league have been really good out of the pen. And just, continuing to match those guys up and use them. The one guy I got to get back on track, and we, it's kind of crazy when we pull guys and you put a guy, for us it's crazy. You look at our matchup grid and you go, okay, yeah, this guy's not a good matchup, but 2 guys down the road is, and it's kind of what's happened a little bit with DJ. DJ's throwing the ball really well, but he's had a couple outings here lately where it's just been okay. From a result standpoint, he's throwing the ball fine. But the lineups have been constructed in a way where we want to try to keep DJ in there as long as we can, because either bookends of the guys that are coming up, he's really good against.
Just curious, obviously I've seen some national connections between you and that Mississippi State opening. I'm curious if you wanted to comment on any of that.
I mean, guys, I love Georgia. I have no plans to venture to Starkville. Let's just say that.
Time for one more.
Yeah, I was going to kind of not exactly about that, but you know, this is towards the end of your second year, and this ballpark had a lot of work done on it. As a program, what's the next step you want to see, not on the field, but the infrastructure and building to take it to the, you know, continue it and raise it up even more?
We got a little more tech I want to do, but I mean, I don't want to get, you know, my kids love to tell me I'm a nerd, but as far as the actual ballpark, I love where we're at. I mean, everybody, it's our league, right? You can go, oh man, we need a bigger scoreboard, or maybe we need to find a way to put some that's not where my mind goes. I go to, okay, we need to get our hitting mocap in, you know, stuff like that. Really happy with what we have here. Couldn't ask for more. So.
Thanks.